Welcome to Vibration Translation from Spiritual Awakening, Spiritual Integration, the present moments, and our authentic interaction with what is right in front of us, right now. Hello everybody, welcome back to episode, is it 11, you tell me, of the Mystical Translation series here on the Vibration Translation podcast. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Maja, if we haven't seen each other before yet, in the space of infinity. Okay? I was inspired today to make this video. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, but the flow is inviting, and so I'm present. Yes. And the flow is inviting, and so I am present. The flow is always available. Are you inviting to it? And my question today is, how can we be effective at being who we are? What a strange question. Because isn't it quite simple and self-explanatory what it means to be who you are? But throughout our adoptive limitations within this life form, things have changed a little bit, and here we enter the game of limitation. Here we enter the game of rediscovery, of revealing of who we are. But who we are is who we have always been, which means who we are right now. Which means the fullest expression of who you are, that idea of the higher self, is quite literally who you are right now, really and truly. So how does one be who they are? Let's get into the core of it. There's a fantastical mystery unfolding, and yes, this video is in a flow state. This isn't planned like some of my other videos where I have written out something already. This is what's coming through right now, and so my speech is going to be a little bit different. And I'm quite different in every video anyhow, so, Here I am, present. Here you are, present, and, here's where we meet, present. Let this be an art and a poetry, because your life is the art woven on the tapestry of our ocean. Of our ocean. So what does it mean to be who you truly are? Is this concept of the interaction space that I've been unraveling that came to me in an Ayahuasca ceremony. I've written about it down below in Substack, and I've talked about it before. But the unraveling so continues. One way I'm right now feeling of how to get into, how do we be who we are? I mean, just truly and honestly. Is yes, we are the weavers on this gigantic ocean tapestry, this ocean pool of infinite tapestry. We are this weaver, and where does this needle go, right? How does this needle right now that you are, through the actions of your will, through in which you want to be, through your inspiration, through listening to what is of inspiration to you, where does this thread of your own willingness, because to be willing, willing is very a potent word. Right now it's been coming up in my reality. Willing, to be willing, to be willing, to be willing. That's all that it takes. And behind the to be willing, there is a willingness. There's a willingness from a certain inspiration. Sometimes to get to opening yourselves up to the inspiration of our higher calling, breakdowns occur. Something to light us on fire. The sacred rage, the sacred anger. Sometimes, maybe a lot of times, that's a big part of it. I can tell you how many breakdowns I had. I just had a breakdown yesterday. It was quite intense. Sometimes there needs to be a surrender into this breakdown chaos kind of energy to be able to find a place within yourself where you finally become open and surrendered to what actually is of inspiration to you, which is what actually is of your passion. Something really inspires you. Like if you can think of one thing, and even if you're feeling quite depressed and low right now, where it's much harder, from that point to really access that passion, that inspiration, which is quite a high vibration. So when you're in that depressive energy, which is completely normal because literally all of us go through it many times, it's just the dip and the high and the low and this is how we just go through being in this human experience. There's no shame and it's fine to feel shame. There's no shame in feeling shame. There's no shame in feeling depressed. But what I'm saying here is that surrendering to the experience, emotional experience of whatever is happening. For example, surrendering to that depression, surrendering to that rage, surrendering to that grief. Through the realm of surrender and being, feeling through and allowing things to be felt within you. Like I talked about in the Are You Avoiding the Void video. Now this is the next level to this. There is an access point where through that surrendered energy, you finally surrender and crack open and open up to that breakthrough, which can be that breakthrough of inspiration, that breakthrough of new energy that is now finally allowed to come through to you and come through you. Because you allowed yourself to let go and feel through that breakthrough chaos energy of those really dense energies and those really limiting things, right? And those things that cause a lot of tension and resistance within you. You allowed yourself to feel through that, to find the diamond of surrender, within which, unbeknownst to you, there it is, another passion flower, another beam of love, opened and available to you. Y'all, I've been through this kind of process so many times, and it only keeps deepening, and the love I can finally feel only keeps deepening based on how much I'm able to also be honest with myself about that I do want to feel this love, that this love of the all, which comes in many different forms, because we all want, to love, to feel love in this life. Sometimes we get into those patterns, negative, thought loops and, thought attachments and thought cycles and thought pendulums of, oh, I hate life. I'll never be anything. I never know anything. I don't have anything to offer. I have no worth. Like, whoa. Like, I've been taking you for a ride in the ocean of chaos. And it wants to be felt too through you, because this feeling not enough and not capable and whatever, not you're feeling worthy, not worthy of anything, whatever, not worthy in whatever direction you're feeling that, this is a collective experience. And so by virtue of you feeling through it, you're literally helping the collective energy, because we are not separate from it, so just literally it's so much bigger than you. Literally you are in this ocean of oneness, and literally like you allow that feeling that to be experienced, and you allow yourself to ask your shadow, like, what do you want? Like, oh my gosh. So my breakdown yesterday, I went into parts of my shadow that really felt, quite incredibly restrictive on my ability to do anything. They were quite cruel and critical to me. So when I allowed myself to go into them and feel them, this was not a comfortable feeling, but I asked them like, what do you want? And the shadow told me it wants reassurance. Because I kept going externally to try to find externally confirmation and confirmation externally and externally and externally. And it's this like loop of trying to find external confirmation. And my shadow wanted from me a reassurance that I can actually stand my ground within myself and confirm myself and validate myself. And from that center of unconditional love within all of us, I provided that to my shadow, and it just, a beautiful feeling came over me. And there was layers to this experience, but there's so much, what I'm trying to say is like, there's so much beauty in your darkness, in your shadow. There's so much wisdom there. And, for me, oftentimes I find the shadow is just there trying to protect you and love you, and it's the way that you've survived life in one way or another, the way you believed you have to survive life going forwards in your adult life, but the answer is always love. The answer is always love. And comes in many forms. There's this beautiful opening that happens within a person when they really allow themselves to be shattered, coming in closer and closer home to the core of what is never shattered. And I'm feeling incredible right now. And I allow myself to access this flow from the previous breakdown and just complete opposite energy of yesterday's night. And while you're going through that, keep the higher perspective, that everything is working out for you in the most beautiful way, for the most beautiful reason. The reason is love. Everything that is happening to you is somehow serving you. Serving you. Serving you. Feel your fire, feel your rage. Also, use that, that's so much fire and fuel for change to occur. Sometimes people need that to happen to really access that rage, to have an event maybe happen in their life that they can really access that fire of creation, of burning down, of destruction, of building anew, of the phoenix rising, right? So do not discredit yourself in the current situation that you are in and however your life looks like right now. And when you're in this pool of feeling absolutely lost and at a loss and there's absolutely barely any light or no light or all the light is going away and just darkness is overcoming you, you're truly going to be okay. You've made it to this point. Whatever stuff you went through in your life, dude, you made it to this point. You made it through all of that. If you look back on your life, even the hardest experiences, the betrayals, the heartaches, the this, the that, the grief, it all made you. It all served a purpose to create some kind of strength inside you that it wouldn't be there. It wouldn't have formed if a situation like that or similar to it, wasn't present in your life. And so acknowledge yourself and acknowledge this road of you are here and you have arrived. You have arrived. Finally, blessed being, don't forget your worth. I love listening to Abraham Hicks, and part of their methodology is to get you to understand that in any moment, including right now, wherever you are on the vibrational scale / emotionally feeling, from whatever your point of attraction currently is, there's your PowerPoint. There's your PowerPoint. There's your point of power, to be I can look around right now. I can find a subject in my mind. If literally anything around me, I hate everything around me right now. I can find some kind of subject in my mind. Literally, if it is cute puppies or kittens, let it be that, because there's some kind of appreciation for that subject. Something that can melt the heart a little bit. Melt the heart so through the heart you can rise up into more love within your experience. Maybe you can, right now, literally right now, no matter how you are feeling, and with that, yes, these are two separate things. There's times where you really need to make space for the feelings that have been waiting to be felt, and you've been ignoring them and avoiding them, in that avoiding the void video, the previous episode, I believe. There are times where that's coming up, knock knock, feel me, I want to be witnessed, I want to be met. But there's also times where it's we don't need to be in that energy for eons, this is your point of power, and you'll feel when it's time to go in and when it's time to really propel yourself ride that wave that you feel like. But like right now, like right here, you're on this video, you're resonating, like this is your point of power right now. What around you? Can you be like, I have appreciation for this thing, even if it's a slight appreciation. Like, I really like this pen. Like, this is a really nice pen. I'm really like, I like how much it's like, it has a heavier weight. I love that I was able to purchase this, and I love that I use my money in this way to buy this pen. I really honor this creation. And I really love that I was able to buy this. And I really love like, ooh, like I have all these items I've had for a while, and I still really love them. Like, how beautiful is that? And I haven't used this in a while, but oh, it's so nice. Maybe there's a person in your life you can really appreciate. And if there's no person in your life, maybe there's a pet in your life. Maybe there's just like literally the bird outside, the squirrel outside, the drink you have right now, the water, there's something in your environment that you can feel some sort of appreciation right now. And then once you find one thing, it's just the pathway of finding something of appreciation it's gonna become easier. Why? Because now you've entered intentionally, willingly, you have entered a vibration from within your point of power. You've willed yourself into the vibration of appreciation, and now all the thoughts that are aligned with that vibration of appreciation are coming to you. And all of a sudden, life just looks a lot better than it did perhaps a minute ago. And so that's the concept of shifting yourself into a way where you can feel empowered and in flow. That's a way you can get, like, you, the real you, is at such a high vibration. When you encompass all of it, but really you're at this high, beautiful vibration of conscious creator, of just infinite being. Like, that's the real you. Like, you're like these limitations, these blocks, these feelings, like, yeah, like this emotional healing where it can be difficult and it's so important, but also like, oh my gosh, like take a breath, like lighten up, like it's time to like express yourself, like don't keep yourself stuck. I think part of we can get in these healing cycles of having to like do infinite healing and infinite healing and infinite healing, and then it's just like, and then we're not actually creating things because we feel like we need to be in this hole of infinite feeling that actually comes from that low self-worth that's really sabotaging you there. Because it's like it feels like you're never worthy enough unless you're like full healed, master, enlightened, ascended master, you know what I mean? Like, but no, like right now, like right here, because of your existence is your proof, as Bashar says, your existence is your proof that you are worthy and validated because here you are existing. Voila, you know? And I want to come back to that, the concept of the interaction space and the weaving of like, this is your pin needle right now. This is your pin needle. How do you want to weave yourself? Which way do you want to flow? Which way do you want to will yourself to be? And really, the more you invite and realize that you want love and you want to feel love, the more you are going to be willing to really dive in, break open and open up to that inspiration, to that passion flower, to inspiration, to that flow, to that love, appreciation, right? Appreciation, literally key. And love and unconditional love. That also comes with setting boundaries, y'all. Like, don't forget that, the wisdom of the anger. Y'all don't forget that, okay? But anyway. So, I am here, you are here. The ocean of the interaction space, coming back to this concept, the pin needle of where are you willing your consciousness funnel through this physical body that you are given? Where are you willing to, because of the inspiration to, because of the flow to, because of like, there's love there. There's love there. And that's why you do it. And you do it and it feels like play. I really think, this is a thought I have right now, so take it as you will. Reflection's always welcome down below. But I really think that when things are a big struggle, and sometimes, I've had experiences of forcing myself to do things, and they don't feel nice, but I feel like that forcing comes from just having the resistance of all the limiting beliefs. Be like, no, I can't do that. So sometimes there's like a power that accumulates within you that's like, no, like I'm gonna do it. But Honestly, I'll give you this example. I haven't been cleaning my room for like, especially in my bathroom, like for like 2 weeks or over that. Like, I mean, it's just been like the bathroom was dirty. I finally got to cleaning it today, and I had such a fun time and a flow of cleaning it. I mean, it was no question that I was going to clean it. And I've set the seed in my mind a few days ago that like, hey, I want to clean my room, but I feel extremely resistant to it. Like a few days ago, I felt so extremely resistant to cleaning my room. And throughout that time, I was, emotionally processing, having that breakdown. Part of the reason I didn't want to clean my room was because I was feeling the emotions of that breakdown. And we just had the new moon, like all the energies be going crazy wild, but it's like I've had this energy, this breakdown energy within me, this chaos, this, whatever, I was processing in there. I just don't feel like sharing details, because it's like not relevant. But that all, me diving in and allowing myself to feel and ask my shadow what it needs, allowed me to have this beautiful flow of like, oh, actually, I know I want to clean my room and my bathroom. Like that just feels good to me. And I was in a flow of doing it. So I didn't actually have to force myself because I allowed myself to work through the feeling of limitation within me, right? Those uncomfortable feelings, and get into a state of alignment through that. Where, okay, now I'm in flow. Like now I'm feeling good to do the things. Like first alignment. I remember watching a Teal Swan short, and she said the biggest tip she can give you is first get into alignment and then take action. First alignment, then take action, right? And that takes listening to our emotions and our bodies and getting still. Again, this is a kind of build up off of the last podcast episode about the void. And I think I'm going to end this video off by sharing just a bit about that interaction space experience on ayahuasca. This was like my first or second ayahuasca experience. And I had 16 ceremonies at this point, and this was like two and a half or something, or over 2 years ago. I don't remember. But it was a while ago. I was 20. Now I'm almost 23 now, so it's like about 2 and something years ago. That space, taking ayahuasca was such a relief and such a liberation. Again, if you like this in writing form, it is on my Substack link below, but it was such a place of liberation. I was on one of the Arrhythmia, I was at Arrhythmia, and they have like these 3 questions they line up, and each ceremony you're invited to ask your own intention / question, or use the pillars that they have. And I used one of them, which was like, show me who I am. Show me who I am. And that was my intention. And, in the ceremony, I wasn't a body anymore. I just became floating energy, consciousness. I was seeing, some kind of geometric patterns, as you usually do when you're on plant medicines. If you've taken plant medicines enough, you're going to be seeing some kind of geometry. Especially, I find with ayahuasca, like so much geometry. Geometry. And, I was just this kind of like energy pattern. I was this energy, this pinpoint energy just floating through. And I was, and there was this whole ocean of all this energy. And I remember like as this little energy, I felt like, I was just poking around. I felt like I couldn't really move. I felt like I'm going to make a bad mistake. Like literally my awareness, me as a being, was this energy thing. And I was just moving, and that was my will, my consciousness, that was that. And it was moving, and it was so unsure if it could go this way or that way. And I was feeling like, maybe this is wrong. Like I was just unsure of what to do and how to be. I was just like literally a little insecure energy point. And then I'm getting emotional because it was so beautiful. This gigantic ocean of this energy, of this geometry, just all these patterns. I was interacting with it, yeah? That's why I call it the interaction space. And then it was interacting back with me. It didn't feel like this gigantic energy ocean was better than me or less than me. It didn't make me feel like I was less than, but I was myself feeling less than. I was myself feeling, right, as this insecure PowerPoint, insecure point of consciousness, insecure point of awareness, of consciousness, of willingness. I was just so insecure. This gigantic field, right, it started interacting with me and responding to me, really. and interacting with me in such a, reciprocity and such a loving way. Like, I felt so much love. And so within that experience of being that little little point of geometry, of energy, I became, it's like, a child, like I became more comfortable, more secure, right? And being able to explore, in what direction do I create this form that I am? In what direction do I take it? And what do I do? And then I felt so embraced by the whole of this ocean. I was just like, and there's just this realization of like, I am this pure consciousness. I am not, separate from this entire ocean. Like, that is what I am made of. And it was showing me that. And it was this liberation, because from being this insecure little point of energy, of consciousness, I became embraced and felt this belonging in this interaction space of everything. There's this comfort with, I'm able to take any direction, because it was literally like, I was like in this thing, like the space. And I was able to take any turn, to follow any idea I had that, excited me, because that was natural to me. Anything that excited me, anything that was natural to me, anything that I felt previously insecure about, I just became more comfortable with like, no, this is naturally like what I'm doing. I'm just naturally interacting with the space of all that is. And that all that is like literally loving and embracing me and allowing me to be me and explore in the ways that I want to. Even though at the beginning I felt like that wasn't allowed and that I was insecure to do this and that I'm gonna mess up. Like, I'm gonna mess up. I'm not gonna get this right. This is wrong. This is the wrong way. Like, having this like limited constriction. Even though I came at it that way, the source, all that is, the ocean of all that, didn't see me in that way at all. And just having this direct experience of that interaction space, that loving, unconditional love of the ocean of all that is, really, be able to know that I can just be. And literally, that was a direct experience of just following the excitement of whatever I want to embody. And then the show me who I am, at the end of that kind of section of the experience, I saw myself as this like literally just this light, bright white light of buzzing energy. And then I saw my body form into it, like laying down flat like this. And it was like, yeah, that's... And then I chose this, and this is who I am. And I'm literally, even though it's been over 2 years, I'm still integrating that experience. I mean, it was so beautiful. It was so incredibly... Like, that's the interaction space. Like, that's literally like, you get to be yourself. And right now I'm having a small, negative voice come in that's like, oh my God, you just went on this rant. But dude, I was just doing my best explaining this very ineffable thing. Okay? I was doing my best, translating that experience for you. Vibration translation, okay? Really, like, I'm also just another note on plant medicines. They are these beautiful teachers of like, these are the beautiful states that you can get into and you can feel and experience, but bring it down into earth, bring it down into your body, like integrate it. Like, it's like these plant medicines are calling us to integrate all of those experiences and those states of being into like our physical, our lives, our daily, our whole life, a ceremony. Doesn't matter where you are always in the one moment of now. Time doesn't really exist. And so I think it's so beautiful, like if you've ever had any experience on plant medicines or off of plant medicines that you just found profound and awe-inspiring, you can go back into that experience. And yeah, I know memory, like you remember things differently each time, but it's like, I just had a new revelation from describing this experience, pairing it with Bashar's formula of following your excitement. I didn't have this connection prior. I didn't listen to Bashar prior to having that experience, but now I connect and I overlay the themes, that are important to me and how the universe communicates to me within its symbology. And if you're still watching those, like, I mean, it's resonating with you somehow. And I'm just here translating that symbology, which may also work for you. Or you might, contort it into your own way, into your own lens. Like, that's the damn truth. Like, you have this beautiful freedom to be as you are, right? Isn't that Hosier song? Be as you are. Be as you are. Be as you are. Truly, truly, there's no wrong way you can go. Like, you are truly so embraced by this beautiful ocean of unconditional love. Like, the universe will respond to you with your willingness to turn this way, or to turn this way, or to explore this idea. And it will be this reciprocity, because you're not separate from, the consciousness of all that is, the consciousness which is you. And yeah, I mean, I forget this. Like, even though I've had this experience myself, I forget this many times, like, over, and I'm back into the void, and it's like, but everything always works out. And I hope you listening to this video could find your own power, point of power, and really solidify in, like, a shift within your own awareness right now. My state of being right now, in the flow state and the, connected state and the loving state, which I'm feeling right now, it's translating through this video. It's not about necessarily the words I say or even my body language. Like, all these things play a role in the vibrational transmission of this video. But it's the energy, it's what I'm feeling, it's what I'm able to tap into. It's just a translation through the voice right now. Same thing, I could do this through, I had some light language that could come through, but I decided to put it into words. But it's all a communication. Literally, I could just sit here. I mean, you have people transmit energy, so I could literally turn on this camera and sit here, and you would, if you're, somewhat attuned or somewhat sensitive, like even a bit, like, you'd feel a certain energy coming from me. And humans are much more attuned to this, I think, than they really think. Maybe they just don't know what it is. But if you're watching this channel, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. There's an energy that I've tapped into at this moment that inspired me to create this transmission within words. It could be within light language. It could be within literally just sitting here. It could be anything. Everything is a communication. Everything is a vibrational translation. Everything is a vibrational translation. So be a vibrational translation of your damn self, because you're so loved in that. You're so loved in that. The universe is in fucking joy to hold you in that. To hold you in your joy. Alright, if you made it to the end of this video, this will be a secret little light language transmission, because why not? It's all a communication, y'all. It's all the vibration translation, okay? That's why I call this vibration translation. Okay, it's all a communication. It's all communication. And I just want to acknowledge, like, the small voices I have that are telling me right now, oh, this video is too rambly, it was too esoteric, like, it was too poetry flowy, wowie, and it wasn't very, like, I'm having all these things, all these thought processes from my past self come up, like, oh, it could have been more concise, could have been more this, but no, like, this is the way this flow wanted to go. And I'm also acknowledging, giving voice to those small voices, just to be like, hey, like, I hear you. Like, I hear you. Like, I hear you that you think that this video should be a certain way, and you think that I rambled too much, and I lost people along the way, and I honor you for wanting the best for me, but also acknowledging that this voice from where it comes in my body, it just feels very restrictive. The feeling in my body with these thought processes, that just the small voices, feels very restrictive. And I'm here for the opening. And this is the opening. Just like in that interaction space experience in ayahuasca, like, from that constriction to, like, that opening of there's no right or wrong. Like, baby, you can experience it any way you want. You can express any way you want. Like, you can be anywhere you want. And it's just like, I just want to transmit that to you. Interaction space. Being yourself. Surrendering and being yourself. Thank you so much for being here, and maybe let's see some little light language may come through at the end here for whoever is watching this part of the vid or podcast, because it's both. Yeah, okay. Inviting a deep breath in. And when you are ready for the exhale, we are here now, we are present, right here at our present point of power, of awareness, of consciousness. Ashakya manayakya. Мои уста, мои voices, meio fostuis, essas uvas, meio tu, esse chamo, o como, meio Asayakya manayakya kokonoyo kyu 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 ayamanayama. Asaya koi 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 hamanayana. Shaya kuya narai bosaya unu lasadai. Yamane hey 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 hama hayasa hama hayasa manayasa mayasa heyana samanayasa heyana samanayasa Yamanaya Asashakyamana boy Yuvue Hasanaya Hasana Ekyamana Sashuku. You can let go now into yourself. Wasakyamana Yakumana, you can surrender all the pieces of you that feel lost at sea at Dainayu. You can let them be Akanarapua Esafornakyama. Coming home now, Lavantayana, Yoshasa Norokua Hasa Shesakumana, Esa Shesuvudu, Esa Shatana Kunaya, and drop into your heart, Akyamonova. Lavaya Suanaya Session, Lava Session, Session, Lava Session, Drop in, surrender. Asatana kyamuno sashayamuna kyanarazayu. The love you want is always here. Mosashata kyamuna ikamuna shasaka. Pathfinder to the lesson of the present, like a shikunikwana asashikino visayamuakama iakumahasa. Yes, there's magic here. There's magic, pure magic of the moment. Come on, like PowerPoint right now. Like we're in the PowerPoint. Deep breath in and Here we are now, alignment to ourselves, our core. Yesakyama na ikyoma. Oh, fasash. Thank you so much. I could keep going. If you like more light language or want to learn more about light language, I got links down below for my website. It's in the offering sections. I offer personal light language readings as well as pre-recorded vibration chambers on Gumroad. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this served you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Oh my God. Oh, the release of being you. Oh, the allowance of being you. Oh, the love. Oh, the love the universe has for you. Because, hey, you are created here. You are created here. You're created here. You have so much worth. And here I have so much passion about this worth thing because, this is a core wound of mine. And I know so many people, it's just like, wow. This is just pure truth. You are so worthy. And the proof is that you are right here, right now, seated at this seat of awareness. It is your seat of awareness. Right here, right here, right here. You're here. How beautiful is that? Feel the love. And feel the love that wants to interact with you. Feel the ideas and the inspirations that want to interact with you. Follow what inspires you now. And it's the universe literally reciprocating you. The energy of you. The beautiful expression of the core of who you are, y'all. Oh, I just love this. I'm so passionate about this. I love this message. Oh my gosh, there's so much love here. I don't want to end this. I don't want to end this video. I just love, love, love. Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, woo. Heart opened, okay? Like, I'm feeling it. All right, y'all, thank you for tuning in. We be having some guests on the podcast coming up soon. All right. Toodaloo, goodbye, peace. Love.